What's going on YouTube? This is Max coming back at you once again with another video. This time I'm doing another unboxing video of the Panasonic DP-UB820P-K. If you guys don't know about that, that's the 4K Blu-ray player. Now if you like this type of content, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go ahead and go through the unboxing. So here is the Panasonic UB820. So I had to pick this up because it went on sale a few weeks back. It was $100 off, and I usually never see this Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player on sale. So I definitely had to take advantage of this and pick this one up. And the reason why I went with this player is, and compared to the others, is that I was looking at Sony and I was thinking about picking up the Sony 4K Blu-ray player, but the reason why I didn't go with that because I was hearing reviews or looking at reviews that you had to manually toggle or switch over between Dolby Vision or non-Dolby Vision, and this Panasonic does it automatically. And also too, they said it had a better surround sound system, and so I just got this implemented in the basement, so that's why I went with this. Now switching over, once you open up the box, it comes with a remote, basic instructions that come with the 4K Blu-ray player. The player is nice and secure through styrofoam, and it was wrapped in casing, so no issues here. Pretty much any equipment comes with AC power supply cord, Panasonic AA batteries for the remote. The 4K Blu-ray player is brushed aluminum. In the back you have an AC in, cooling fan, HDMI audio out terminal, HDMI video out, LAN port, analog audio out, digital audio out, USB port, and 2-channel out terminals and 7.1 channel audio out terminals. In the front you have a disc tray, a display, USB port, a remote control signal sensor, open and close disc tray, and a standby on and off switch. This is the Panasonic menu. It's pretty basic, but I do like it that they keep it simple. Once you turn on the 4K Blu-ray player, you are opt to do a basic setup where you connect it through either wirelessly or through LAN. So in my case I did wirelessly, and I updated to the latest firmware update. But if you go to the player menu settings through HDMI, it has a plethora of options. That's one of the other reasons why I wanted to pick this up. You can see it has so many settings for this dedicated 4K Blu-ray player that I simply wasn't getting with my PlayStation 5 or my Xbox Series X. It doesn't have any of these type of options. It maybe have a few, but with Panasonic you could tell that this is a dedicated 4K Blu-ray player that pretty much anyone who is movie enthusiast will absolutely love. Now getting back to the settings, you can see from HDMI, video, audio, 3D, language, network, rating, and system. You can see here for audio, this is how the way I have it set up, especially for my 11.2 surround sound or 7.2.4 surround sound with my Dolby Atmos on here. So that was kind of like my settings. If you have a projector or even an old school TV that does 3D, it does support for 3D movie, 3D Blu-ray movies. I kind of wish they bring that back, but hey, I understand some of the concerns. But here's the system as well. You can show here that I have the latest update in firmware, 1.69, and yeah, this is pretty much the menu for the player settings, and this is pretty much how Panasonic, you do get to change the wallpaper for the Panasonic. It's like different colors. But network services, if you interested, they have Netflix, which I'm not going to use on this 4K Blu-ray player, and then they got Amazon Prime Video, YouTube. So if you're not familiar with Panasonic, I used to have a Panasonic Plasma 3D TV, but it was, unfortunately, it broke when we moved. But that was their menu, that archaic old school menu. So that's one thing that I'm not going to use this at all for streaming. I'm just going to use this for a 4K Blu-ray player. But getting back to the settings, this is pretty much what it is, and so far I absolutely enjoy it. and I think it's a must buy in my opinion. For comparison, I'm about to go ahead and show you the Panasonic 4K player going against the Apple TV 4K, just to give a comparison between streaming and dedicated 4K Blu-ray player. I thought this would be a good test. So what you're seeing right now is the Panasonic, and then I'm going to switch to the Apple TV, and then I'm also going to label each scene to show which one is the Panasonic and the Apple. And I'm also using the same volume. I'm using a Yamaha A88 receiver, and you know I got the Kef speakers and my Bowers and Wilkins insulin speakers, so you're going to know the difference. But just to give a disclaimer, it's better to use headphones when you want to listen to the differences between each player. So if you listen to your TV, you may not get the true depiction, so I say headphones. So I'm about to go ahead and show it right now.
Quitting me, you rotten bird in hell. Your walls fall down, and may I live to tell. Quitting me, you rotten bird in hell. Your walls fall down, and may I live to tell.
Let me know what everyone thinks about the Panasonic 4K Blu-ray player. Do you have a dedicated 4K Blu-ray player? Or do you just use your PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, or even the older generation, the Xbox One, or even PlayStation 4 as your dedicated Blu-ray player? Or do you just use streaming exclusively and don't care about a dedicated 4K Blu-ray player? Now, going over to the review, I just want to say, do I hear a difference and do I see a difference between the dedicated 4K Blu-ray player and my Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 and even streaming? Yes, I do. I can tell you right now that I think this is a definite must-buy if you're planning on creating your home theater system, or you're someone who are into movies. I can tell you, when it comes to picture quality and sound quality, they are a huge difference. Especially when you have a dedicated 4K Blu-ray player like the Panasonic, you definitely hear the difference when it comes to the surround sound. And what I'm going to try to do in the future is try to do a comparison between the 4K Blu-ray player and, let's just say I'm streaming against the Apple 4K player streaming device, and just to give people an idea of the differences between each other. But all I can say is it is a difference, especially when I compare it to a PlayStation 5 or a Xbox Series X. The picture quality and the sound quality is a huge difference. When you have a dedicated 4K Blu-ray player like the Panasonic, you don't have to worry about the other portions of the device when it comes to gaming or when it comes to other parts of the components. This is specifically only for the 4K portion of it, or the Blu-ray player. And it uses this processor only for the picture quality and only for sound quality. And so those are one of the main reasons why I had to pick this 4K Blu-ray player up. It is a must-buy if you're a theater enthusiast like myself, who is slowly but surely making his home theater. But if it's someone that you just casually watch movies, or someone who really don't care about that and just like streaming, then this player is not for you. But people who want the best sound and best picture quality, this Panasonic is one of the tops that I found. Now, I got this 4K Blu-ray player on sale a couple weeks ago. It was $100 off, but it was well worth it, because at first I was just thinking, I really don't need a 4K Blu-ray player. But after testing it out and comparing it between my Xbox and PlayStation and Apple TV, yeah, it's a difference and stuff. So let me know what you guys think. I know I said this before. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I greatly appreciate everyone subscribing and liking the video. But if you like this type of content, if you could do me a favor by hitting that like button and that subscribe button, I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see everyone on the next one. Take care.